में बातचीत करने की कोशिश, इनके साथ पूरा दिन बिताने की कोशिश, एक यात्रा ऑर्गेनाइज कैसे होती है यही देखने की कोशिश, और थोड़ा अगर राहुल गांधी के साथ टाइम मिल गया जो इनकी टीम ने बोला है कि हो सकता है मिल जाए, वो देखने और दिखाने की कोशिश। इसीलिए आज पूरा दिन आ गए भैया। बाकी जहाँ से गुजरेंगे कोशिश मेरी ये भी है कि भाई सिर्फ यात्रियों से बात ना हो, गाँव वाँव से गुजरते हैं ये लोग। तो अगर भारत जोड़ने की बात हो रही तो जिस भारत से लोग गुजर रहे हैं वो भारत ही इस भारत जोड़ो यात्रा के बारे में क्या सोचता है, क्या उसे कुछ फर्क भी पड़ रहा है, क्या वो इसके बारे में सोच भी रहा है, क्या उसको इसकी ज़रूरत महसूस हो भी रही है कि नहीं, ये हम उनसे पूछेंगे, जानने की कोशिश करेंगे और जितना सच्चा देखेंगे उतना सच्चा आपको दिखाएंगे भैया। आइए अब पूरा दिन इसी में वेट करते हैं नेशनल हाईवे। ऐसे थोड़ी कि बोल दिया एंकर ने तो चलेगा। एक्सीडेंट करा दूं मैं अपना। चलिए अब आइए। ऐसे करो, ऐसे करो ना। चढ़ जाओ चढ़ जाओ चढ़ जाओ, चल तुर भी चल 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 आराम से। कितना मजा आ जाता है ना ऐसे स्टंट करके। यू ओके? हेलो, सब बढ़िया सब बढ़िया। 6 बज रहे हैं है ना, 6:15 हो रहे हैं ना, है सुबह के 6:15 बज रहे हैं और ये म्यूजिक वाली गाड़ियां आ गई हैं कि जो साथ चलेंगी। अब क्या है, इससे ज्यादा एक्साइटमेंट है नहीं यहाँ पे। तो मैं दिखा के क्या करूं। इतनी ही है अभी तो। अरे डालना। बात यह है कि अनॉइंटमेंट चल रही है फिर से एक लीडर की, रीब्रांडिंग चल रही है। अब अपने आप में इसमें कोई खामी नहीं है लीडर के साथ जुड़ने में, लेकिन लीडर ही करते रहोगे तो अगर ऑब्वियसली जो बातें हैं वो थोड़ा ये आजकल ठीक ठाक कर रहे हैं कि वो ब्रिज कोलैप्स हुआ तो मैं पॉलिटिसाइज नहीं करूँगा और ज़्यादा कम्युनल बात नहीं कर रहे हैं। वो जो सॉफ्ट हिंदुत्व ये लोग ट्राई कर रहे थे, जिसको अब सॉफ्ट हिंदुत्व भी एक बड़ा एब्स्ट्रैक्ट टर्म है यार, मैं कोई एक्सपर्ट तो हूँ नहीं, तो वो वेग टर्म है, उसको उसकी वेगनेस में ही लीजिएगा, वो बहुत स्पेसिफिक डिबेट में मत जाइएगा। पर सॉफ्ट हिंदुत्व भी जो ये लोग ट्राई कर रहे थे उससे भी थोड़ा वेंचर अवे कर रहे हैं। थोड़ा एक लेफ्टिस्ट टिल्ट जो दिखता है कांग्रेस पार्टी का, उन वैल्यूज़ के साथ ये लोग डायलॉग आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं। जब सरकार होती है तब पता लगता है ना भैया कितना तुम वैल्यूज़ पे खड़े हो। ऑपोजिशन में तो वैल्यूज़ पे बात करना आसान होता है किसी भी पार्टी के लिए, सिर्फ इस पार्टी की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ। तो वही है अब। इतना जोश इतना जोश मत लगाओ, आराम से आराम से आराम से, इतना जो, हाँ अरे हाई बीपी ना हो जाए, आराम से। हाँ अब बोलो, और आराम से और आराम से। हाँ अब, हाँ 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 राइट, हाँ करिए, करो करो आराम से। हाँ ये जोश ठीक है। हाँ चलो, भारत जोड़ो भारत जोड़ो, ऐसे ऐसे जोड़ो जोड़ो भारत जोड़ो, ठीक है? चलो 1 2 3 भारत जोड़ो, 1 2 3 भारत जोड़ो, तू भी करना, जोड़ो जोड़ो, हाँ जोड़ो 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 जोड़ो। तालियां हो जाए इन लोगों के लिए भाई, आराम से। ओके,
Is there some way we can take him ahead?
we can, there is.
Rahul is fallen behind now.
ओके, वो कहाँ पे है? अच्छा हाँ बिल्कुल आइए।
थोड़ा सा आगे भेज दे।
कैसे हो आप?
बिल्कुल मजे में। कैसे हो?
बहुत बढ़िया। The whole day I'm with you guys.
अच्छा हुआ।
आ जाओ आ जाओ। कैसे? We met once but I wasn't famous then. राइट जाना है उनके पीछे।
मिलके बड़ा अच्छा लगा।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
आपको देखता हूँ अच्छा लगता है।
अरे सर थैंक यू थैंक यू थैंक यू।
ऐसा लगता है कि आपको देख के कोई तो व्यक्ति है जो सच्चाई से बात करता है।
अरे साहब फुल सच्चाई से दिखाऊंगा यात्रा, फुल सच्चाई से दिखाऊंगा।
हम भी आप आपको
गाड़ियाँ बहुत हैं, लोकल तेलंगाना के वर्कर्स भी बहुत हैं। मजा लगा। ओके, आप बताओ, शादी सही चल रही है? शाही टुकड़ा अच्छा था। बताओ, ये लेटेस्ट है कांग्रेस में और सबसे पहले चल रहे हैं। कुछ यात्री चले गए हैं, स्कैटर्ड से चलते हैं, ऐसा नहीं कि सारे भारत यात्री साथ में चलते हैं। कुछ कन्हैया जैसे आगे निकल गए हैं और कुछ राहुल जैसे पीछे पीछे आ रहे हैं। ऑब्वियसली कन्हैया है, वो सबसे आगे ही चलेंगे। कन्हैया तो सारथी है ना जी। ऑलराइट गाइस, यू गाइस रेडी? ऑलराइट, दिग्विजय मीना कितना प्यारा डांस करते हैं। मिस्टर डिग्स। Hello. I run a YouTube channel. I'm going to spending some time with you. Most people think Samdesh Bhatia. My family came from partition.
Where are you from?
Delhi.
So,
How are you feeling in the morning?
I'm good. A little bit of irritation in my knee.
What? Oh, irritation in the knee. I thought in the head. Anyway, most people think my channel is funded by you. So this is.
Oh, is it?
So this is like my first investor interview.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's your money that funds my work.
Just give me a second.
Sure. Hey buddy, thanks yaar. Thanks man. Samdesh. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Sure. Take your time. Wasting my time. Sure. No. I was joking. To the camera. You carry on.
Farmers in Nizamabad almost area. Arvind, the BJP MP has promised to open.
Okay, brother. Sorry about that. Your family is from partition?
My grandfather used to live in Sialkot at the time of 47. My
how
paternal
come-
grandfather.
I mean, how come, I've always wondered, right?
Yeah.
How come some people who suffered in partition
Uh-huh.
have no animosity towards Muslims?
I thought I was the one taking the interview.
No, I mean, I'm allowed to ask questions.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
And then others have pure hatred. And vice versa. It's the same in Pakistan also. Why is that? Like, is there something? Did someone in your family?
To that, I would say Rahul, if I can call you Rahul. Yeah, cool. I'm one of the few who can. Anyway, all right,
They all call me Rahul.
cool. I would say to that, I mean, मेरे को ना उसका कारण थोड़ा एक जो पंजाब ने जितना conflict देखा है over the years, I see that Punjabis live in a sort of survival mode. I mean, I see that in my family.
Yeah.
And I see that enjoying every bit of life and just working hard for your bread and spreading love. And you see that in the religion of Sikhism also. And so I see.
Are you Sikh?
I'm not. I'm just a Punjabi. But I mean, I see that in the land and the culture that it has cultivated, so to speak. And
But
so-
also, I think there's also a great deal of forgiveness in the Punjabi culture.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it comes from the survival mode, I think. मतलब इतनी conflict देखी है ना, right from when Alexander came, I would say. That land has seen conflict through historical times because that's been the gateway from the Western world to India. And so I would suppose that might be one of the reasons.
Right.
And
Anyway.
Yeah.
Go back to your story.
No, it's wonderful. I will keep this in because you asked me a question.
No, because it's always been a curiosity.
Uh-huh.
Because I try to understand how
Has
hatred is generated.
Has your perspective of the country and how you see the country I mean, I see that your value system remains the same. And I mean, that might be because of the upbringing of the value system that you got. But your value system remains the same, but has the perspective of how you see the country. आप भारत जिस तरह देखते हो, अब आप जो ये भ्रमण कर रहे हो और जो चल रहे हो, क्या उससे बदला या और डिटेल में गया या और कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी ऐड हुई है उस समझ में?
मैं अलग-अलग तरीके की प्रैक्टिस करता हूँ.
Okay.
In my life. And so in a sense, this is a particular type of practice. Like you can call it tapasya type of thing.
Sure.
Anything you do diligently is tapasya, right? So what I've always found is that practice like this takes time for you to understand. It doesn't happen instantly. So I'm walking, I can sense that I'm getting a lot of new information.
Sure.
And I can sense that my perspective is changed. But I can't tell you today in depth what is the structure of the change.
Sure.
I will be able to tell you, I'm sure, 6 months after the Yatra, when I'm sort of a bit more relaxed,
Sure.
then I'll be able to say, oh, look, that fundamental thing has changed.
Yeah, no, I wasn't asking to share your learning. I was just asking if this is learning experience.
It's learning experience, but there are things that are obvious also.
Okay, like what?
So, the unbelievable unfairness of our society. I mean, brutal unfairness of our society. Where information is the currency. Certain people have full access to information. And then the game is not providing information to the vast majority of people.
Do you see that as always being there, or do you see it?
I always suspected it, and I saw many indications of it. But when I'm walking, I'm seeing it. I mean, the extreme nature of it.
But if I may, क्या आप ये कह रहे हो कि historically ऐसा रहा है या अभी political power change होने?
नहीं, historically ऐसा रहा है.
आप हमारे समाज की बात कर रहे हो?
But historically ऐसा रहा है. But जब आप सड़क पे चलोगे, गहराई में जाओगे, तो उसका impact क्या होता है और उसका extent वो दिख जाता है. And the design is to always not give information.
And so deny power, because information is power in that case.
Yeah.
Are you looking for my ulterior motives? I have no ulterior motives.
No, why should I care about that?
Cool. I saw a hint of.
You're more welcome. You can have whatever ulterior motives you want. I'm okay with that. You deserve ulterior motives.
All right.
I mean,
Sure.
I don't mean ulterior motives. I
Sure,
mean,
yeah,
you obviously have an incentive structure.
I have a larger motivation towards my society. Sure. मैं आपको एक पर्सनल सवाल पूछता हूँ. आप भगवान में मानते हो?
Bhagwan? As Bhagwan, yes.
Except for people of your family, because people of your family are considered gods here. At least in this part of the country still. I've been speaking to people who've been attending Yatra.
No, I don't think it's God. I think it's love. It's a different thing.
I'm saying in their own words, the people of Telangana have told me, and they've used the term Bhagwan. And
Okay.
do you believe in God? Would be my first question. I'll come to the second part later.
Of course I believe in God. Okay. But I believe in a God that is my design. I don't believe in a God that is his design or his design or his design. It's a very personal idea.
Okay.
That is my internal idea.
Would you care to share the design? Or would that be too much personal
No,
stuff?
it's complex, but if you want to go on the philosophical side, I would say Shiva is a good idea, is a good milestone, is a good direction, and understanding concept of Shiva in our system is very powerful, and I would tend in that direction.
What values does Shiva personify for you?
He personifies wholesale attack on the idea of the self, right? Ruthless, non-stop attack on the idea of the self, continuous attack on the idea of the self, attack on arrogance, attack on these structures.
Okay.
And there are many systems that do that. Right?
Okay. I'll come there. Sir, मैं साथ में था सर.
पीछे से आओ.
अच्छा, okay, sorry.
It implies observing from the other person's point of view.
You remembered your chain of thought just now.
No, because I just went to say
And if I may, you're terribly good looking.
I don't know.
Just like,
No, you don't
I
remember
thought you
the-
would be.
Should I tell you something? When I was a kid, I went to my mom, and I was like, "Mommy, so am I good looking?"
Okay.
My mom looked at me and says, "No, you're perfectly average." So that's the idea I have in my head.
Is it a story you make up to sound cool
No,
and
no.
humble, or is this?
My mother's like that, right? My mother will put you immediately in your place. My father also. My whole family is like that. You know, if you say something, they'll put you exactly where you need to go. So she said, "Oh, you're average." So that stuck in my mind.
So you've always considered yourself to be average looking? I'm sure you look into the mirror and you're like, man, that's a good looking man. What shoes are these? Are they serving you well? Have you had to change
In
the
fact, just today when I picked them up, I thought, okay, time to retire, you boys.
एक बार उसकी सोल दिखाना जरा हमारे कैमरा को दिखाओ जरा कैमरा they're going fine.
No, they're like, these things have done almost, 1,500 more.
Okay.
Almost
1,500
more
years.
because I've been wearing them for 2-3 months before. So
Okay.
they're close to.
Who shops shoes for you? Do you do it yourself?
I do it myself, but generally my mother or my sister or somebody send them to me.
All right.
Some of my politician friends also will.
Like who? Someone from the BJP. Come on.
My friend, where's she gone?
Does Modi ji send you shoes?
She's not here. Tribal MLA.
Is there anyone from the BJP who sends you shoes?
Yeah, they throw them at me. They don't send them. They send them like that.
And you throw them back or you show the
Never,
cheek?
never ever. I'm trained never to.
मैं भगवान के सवाल पे था मैं इसमें इसलिए इंटरेस्टेड हूँ क्योंकि आप वो व्यक्ति हो और आई डोंट वांट टू गो इनटू द फैमिली और द डायनेस्टिक थिंग तो जब लोग भगवान के तौर पे आपको देखते हैं डू यू सी दैट एज अ हेल्दी ट्रेंड इन सोसाइटी व्हेन लीडर्स आर ट्रीटेड मतलब एक अंधभक्ति जुड़ जाती है तब जो
I
आज
don't think that's good.
ऑलराइट
I personally don't think that's good. I think everybody has.
हाउ डज दिस मेक यू फील like personally I really want like a genuine answer how does this make you feel
When you meet somebody that you love and have affection for, how do you feel?
it's genuine love
That's how I feel. So I feel like when you meet your dad after some time, that's the feeling that I get when you meet him.
I'm not sure we have the same relationship. I'm not sure I have the same relationship with my dad. I mean, I'm joking about my relationship.
Yeah, maybe. But
You had to laugh there.
but most people's dad, when you see them,
Yeah.
they have love for them. So there's a variation here. And then when you see people, right, you can see their expression. You can see what they're trying to tell you. You can see a little bit of their emotion.
What do you see in that? You see hope in that?
I don't see the same thing in everybody, right? So but these are all individuals who have their own desire, their own hope.
Sure.
So you connect with them.
Do you sleep well knowing that so many people have hope in you? Does that bother you?
I don't see it as hope. You see it as hope. I see it as affection.
Okay.
I see it as a relationship. Right? So I see it as I have affection and love for them, they have affection and love for them. There's nothing.
Sure,
There's
I take
nothing.
that, but I mean, in affection, in a relationship, there's equal giving and taking. Do you feel like can an individual give enough to so many people? Is my question to you.
An individual doesn't need to give enough to everybody. An individual does what he has to do and what he's capable of doing. And as long as he's doing that with purity and with diligence, that's good enough.
Can I be honest about you about the? Can I be honest with you about the Yatra?
I mean, you can be honest, you can lie, you can do whatever you want. I mean, I don't have a problem.
ठीक है. I mean, I'm interviewing you, so I'm supposed to ask you. Anyway.
No, the question, the statement, can I be honest, implies that there is also lies going on.
It's a sort of trick we use in our profession. So, when are you giving your next interview?
Whenever. I don't have a problem.
ये आपको ज़्यादा भारत जोड़ो यात्रा लगती है या फिर कांग्रेस के कार्डर जोड़ो यात्रा लगती है? I ask you this because I've experienced it myself.
Yeah.
Most people are associated right now or were associated with the party. And so I see that they are re-energized by your presence. I see that. But
There are many, many people who are coming up to me. Nothing to do with the party.
Okay.
Many, many, many people.
is
So
there any,
it's obviously Bharatjodo, and then there has to be an element of Congress party involved in it. So it's
is there anything you're not liking about it? Is there anything you are irritated by? Is there anything you think improvement can happen in?
no, for me it's a journey.
Okay.
It's a walk. It's observation. It's understanding. It's affection, and I'm doing that. I'm having a nice time.
That's all you can do.
I mean, I'm listening. I'm trying to understand, and I think it's a beautiful thing.
As one of your audiences, I can tell you that the videos coming out of the Yatra, where you're talking to the state leaders after the state Yatra ends, you seem to be much more in your skin and much more comfortable doing that. I mean, then maybe giving a speech to a large audience. Is that also like? Is this
No,
not natural to you?
because you see me through a filter. You see me through a filter of the media that distorts.
I mean, I would say that I'm not that biased, and
No, you are not. But everything you see of me is coming through the media.
Sure.
I mean, this is the first time we've had a conversation. Right? So there's a filter that is biased, negatively biased,
Sure.
and controlled by the BJP. So that has an impact.
How important in your vision of India is the right to laugh at anything and anybody?
Very important.
The freedom of humor.
It's very important.
जोक सुनाओगे? सुनाओ ना. Don't say BJP is the joke, and don't say that. I mean, एक joke सुनाओ, genuine joke सुनाओ.
One doesn't come to mind.
Okay.
Come to mind.
Okay. Where do you go out in Delhi?
Generally to friends' houses.